Damn, my shoes. Man, where are they? Thank you everyone for coming. My name is Joe Walker and I will be your guide on your journey back to normalcy. I'm not sure of your individual backgrounds, but we will be doing counseling from a Christian perspective. Hello? Yes. Yes, no, it's you're right, it's the house with the balloons. Okay. Here I come. Shoes. Hi. So how are things going? You can go ahead and have a seat on the couch. Well, I'm glad that you decided to come. Did you find the place okay?
Is this your first time doing this?
Hello? No, you're in the right place. Yes, the house with the balloons. Okay, I'll be right there. Look, I don't care what your problem is. I haven't done anything to you. I invite you in my home, and all you can do is ignore me and sit here and be rude. I didn't ask you to come here for my benefit. I'm gonna go let this other person in, and I'll be right back. Yes, you're right. It's the house with the balloons. I'm actually outside, so you can just.
Hi,
Hi.
Josephine.
This is Joe.
Sure it is.
Will?
No, it's William. That's my name, William. Yeah.
Okay.
This is it.
Well, you could just.
All right. Thank you, Josephine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like your balloons. Does that mean something?
You must be Oscar.
Oscar Sexton.
All right. Yes.
I'm so excited to be here right now. My parents, God, my family. Why? Yeah. I get confused sometimes. I'm sorry. They're real happy for me right now. I just got at the hospital, so they're glad I'm taking counseling instead of taking drugs.
Yes.
This your house?
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Some nice houses. Sam and I was looking around at places in this area, and we were trying to move.
Okay.
Do you like the inside?
Yes. Yes. We can actually
I'm not surprised. It's a nice place. Everybody inside?
They are already inside, you idiot. If you would just shut up, then you would know that. Yes, everybody else is already upstairs.
Well, let's go then. It's a nice little humble, 3-bedroom. But I tell you, what really sold me on the house was the driveway, because I tell you what, it's
Okay, let's get started.
Yeah,
Stephanie,
What?
I planned for everyone to sit on the couch.
I'm not sitting next to them.
Okay, well you can sit anywhere else. I just need that seat.
Fine.
Thank you so much. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Joe Walker, and I'll be your guide on your journey back to normalcy. I'm not sure of your individual backgrounds, but we will be doing counseling from a Christian perspective.
Oh, Mrs. Walker, I don't know about everyone else, but I'm not that familiar with the teachings of the Bible, so hope you're prepared to explain.
Okay, William, I won't be giving any homework or anything, so you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
That's good, because I left my notebook at home.
Will you just get on with it? Rules. Rules. Let's go over the rules for counseling. I know this is everyone's first session, but we have rules in place just to ensure that this remains a safe space for everybody, okay? Okay, so everyone needs to greet everyone else before we get started. So every session we'll greet each other. And that leads me into number 2. We'll introduce ourselves to one another before each session and admit to needing counseling. So you have to admit that you need help every time. Right. No one is allowed to talk without the talking stick, okay? While other people are talking, you have to respectfully listen. You cannot verbally attack your fellow counselees, and there is no getting up out of your seat without my consent. As a matter of fact, you can't even leave the session early at all, like, unless it's just like a complete emergency, but no. During this session, there will be no cursing, hitting, or touching of any kind, okay? All right, well, with that being said, let's introduce ourselves to one another. William, why don't you start?
My name is William Grandome.
Hey, William.
I'm from Delaware. I currently am a general manager for a 4-star hotel in downtown. And I also run a business where we have a lot of homes that are for rent from the different owners. It's very, very lucrative. Very lucrative. And I also want to buy a second home in this suburban area. I'm realizing I'm quite fond of the quietness that I hear here.
William, why are you here?
Okay, yes. Yes, of course. Why am I here? Well, after I attempted to commit suicide, my doctor told me I should get counseling to get over what happened to me. Anything else I need to say?
No, that's good. Stephanie?
I'll go. Hello, everybody. Oscar Lamar Sexton. I've lived a lot of places, but I think here's my favorite. D.C., Maryland, Virginia. I lived here about 7 years and work at a local school system as a facilities technician, which is basically a fancy word for janitor. Yeah. My wife and I got 3 beautiful children. We're not rich or anything, but we do all right. We're happy. And I'm here because I tried to kill myself. That's the long and short of it. And I got out of the hospital and they told me to come here, so here I am.
Thanks, Oscar.
Thank you.
Steph?
Don't call me that.
Well, it's your turn.
Get that thing out of my face.
We'll have to eventually, so...
Fine. I'm Stephanie, and I'm only here because I have a medical condition that won't allow me to take post-suicidal medication.
Wait. Let me get this straight. You want to take that poison? Why?
I don't have time for this. I don't
okay,
really...
Stephanie. Just share something meaningful.
Fine. I don't want to talk to you.
You can talk to me because...
Oh, okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. Stephanie answered my question, so... William, why did you agree to go to the hospital?
Okay, Josephine, my girlfriend took me to the hospital that night. My girlfriend.
Were you conscious?
Yes and no. I heard everything that she told me, but I do not remember how exactly I got there.
What'd you do to try to pay?
No, don't answer that question. Oscar, please, just wait your turn. You'll have a turn. William, how did it feel when you woke up in the hospital?
It was embarrassing initially, but it grew more painful because my girlfriend wasn't there.
Where'd she go?
Oscar, shut the... Oh. Will anything go right today? While you were in the hospital, did you try to leave before the treatment was over?
No, I was actually incapacitated the entire time. They told me I was very fortunate to be alive.
Depends on the way you look at it.
Okay. Last question. Who took you home?
My brother. My brother took me to my apartment that night.
Wait, that's how you're ending the story?
Yes.
What happened next? What's going on? What?
Oscar, so now it's your turn.
Cool.
Okay? But please, just answer the questions that I ask you, okay?
Okay, well, what are you gonna ask me? How did I get to the hospital? Well, as far as I remember, my wife, drove me there. She just got in the car and drove, and not like I don't listen to my wife or anything, but, it's...
Oscar, wait, I didn't ask you any questions.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. You just assumed that you knew what I was going to ask you, but I haven't asked you anything yet.
Oh. Well, what were you gonna ask me?
When did you get so positive? And by positive, I mean hopeful. And I just want to know when.
I don't know. I guess I've always been hopeful. Even when I was in the hospital, my nurses were saying that I was a little ray of sunshine.
Maybe I should rephrase the question for you. When did you regain hope for life?
I guess I really haven't. I'm just trying to be positive. It's like if you believe in something hard enough, then it'll come true, right? I guess I didn't realize I was doing that until now.
Stephanie, are you ready?
No.
May I remind you that I have to turn in all of this paperwork in order for you to go back to work, so your participation is actually required.
Fine. I'm not taking that stick.
Okay,
I'm not
your
taking
occupation? What is your occupation? Let's start there.
Don't you have that in your notes?
I'm not sure that I see it. So can you just tell me, what do you do for a living?
I'm a teacher.
Awesome. Okay. What subject?
Language arts. What does that have to do with anything?
So did you have your situation during the school week, or was it on the weekend?
I didn't try to commit suicide.
I'm not saying that you did.
I did not try to kill myself.
Just answer the question. When did your situation happen?
It happened on a Thursday, but we didn't go to school on that Friday.
Okay. And are you an only child?
What does that have to do with anything?
Are you an only child?
Yeah, I'm an only child.
All right. So, thank you. I just want to remind you guys that this post-suicide counseling, is to get you to a better place so that you're no longer considering suicide as an option, okay? I'm not here to judge you or any decisions that you make. And just remember, this is going to be from a Christian perspective. So that means that if you ask me to pray for you, I will, but only if you ask, and it'll be on a one-on-one basis, okay? I just want to help you get from a space where you are now to being a more confident person, okay? So as we close out, I just want everybody to repeat after me, all right? Ready? Okay. I have been hurt before.
I have been hurt before.
I have been hurt before.
I've been hurt before.
I will be hurt again.
I will
I'll
be hurt again,
but I will not give up hope.
but I will not give up hope.
All right. Thank you all for coming out.
Thanks, Joe. It's a pleasure.
All
It's a
right.
real nice house, by the way.
Okay.
I like your drive.
Absolutely.
Until next time, Josephine.
All right.
Okay.
I'm never gonna be a youth pastor. I don't know why you have me counseling these people. I was one of the best preachers at school. And now there are people who've been preaching since graduation, running their own ministries now. I mean, Stephanie hates me. Oscar is an idiot, and William won't even get my name right. I don't know why I have to counsel these psychopaths. If I'm gonna be a pastor of a church, like, why do I have to counsel these people? What does that have to do with anything? Oscar. Is this relates to him? We find a scripture for Stephanie. So Jesus. William. No, I need to call my mom. Hey. Is mom there? What happened? Like, is she okay? Well, what hospital is she in? Well, that's like 30 minutes from here. I can just... What do you mean, don't come? But that's still my mom, too. Like, okay. Oh, man. Oh, that was a bad joke to tell at a graduation. You never tell a dead joke at a graduation. Duly noted.
Even though it was in bad taste, it was funny. You never know how people are going to react to the things that you say.
I'm guessing you can relate.
Definitely.
What happened?
Don't worry about it. You will get it once you become a pastor. By the way, I am so excited to you. I can finally put you to work.
Yes, you can. And you know, thank you so much, Pastor Miller. You've become like a second father to me during this whole process.
Josephine, we all had a journey to get to where we are in this place. Our whole job is to make sure that we can get you to a place where you can help others too.
So what do you want me to do first? Like, I can teach a Sunday school class, or maybe even preach on Youth Sunday, or I can help with the youth and young adult ministries?
I haven't decided yet. I'm going to work on a plan for you tonight. But in the meantime, you know, I have a house, a second house that I want you to stay at. I want you to take a week off and maybe give me a call next Thursday about it.
Really? Wow. I don't even know what to say.
Don't worry about it. Just thank God. Me and the wife, we have a meeting in about an hour or so. So what I want you to do is just to give me a call next Thursday and we can talk about it then.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. See. Later. What just happened? All right. Let's see. Stephanie Johnson. William Craig. That's the last name. Oscar Thompson. The rules. It's counseling.
That's a nice pen. Where'd you get it?
From Office Depot.
Oh, okay.
But I have a lot better pens than this, specialty pens. Got it from Burlington.
The coat factory?
Did you say Burlington, the coat factory?
Thank you all for coming and being fairly on time. Let's get started. Let's start with our quote, okay? I'm Joe,
I am
William.
Oscar.
and I need counseling.
And I need counseling.
Through this counseling session,
Through this counseling session,
I take one step closer
I take one step closer
to taking my life back.
to taking my life back.
William, let's start with you.
me first.
How are you feeling today?
I'm doing average today. I had a couple of bad days this week.
And what did those days feel like?
Loneliness, I'd say.
Were you alone, or did you just feel alone?
I'd say both.
Where were you?
I was at home. I was gonna go out that night, but it was getting rather late.
How late?
I would say after 11.
So would you say you felt that way because it was late, or because you actually felt lonely?
I never really thought about my predicament like that.
Why not?
I don't know. I guess it's because I'm so busy, I don't have time to pay attention to the emotional issues till I get home and I have proper time to think it out.
Okay. William, what's your occupation?
Well, like I told you all last time, I'm a general manager, still am. It's at a 4-star hotel, and what I do is I organize, plan, and host special calendar dates.
What?
You could have just said you're a party planner.
Oh.
I'm far from a party planner. I run an event planning company, but that is a fancy way of saying it. I'm not a party planner. Yes.
So, my daughter's birthday is coming up, and
Okay.
I want to kind of do something nice for her. So,
Well, I typically work with larger corporations, but
Okay.
I could put together an event for you.
Oh, okay. What are your rates? Do you have?
It's typically $10,000.
$10,000 for what? I just wanted like a cake, maybe a scene, ponies, maybe.
You are an idiot.
Can we continue?
It was a car note.
William, so what is your job like? What is it like for you?
Well, I typically get up early and I get to the office about 8 a.m. in an effort to either plan for the day ahead or finish up for what I couldn't the day before.
Okay, and is that Monday through Friday?
No.
Or?
I work 7 days a week. Sometimes I get 2 hours of undisturbed work done, but that's followed up by customers or coworkers calling me and sending emails in preparation for upcoming affairs that I have to assemble with a team.
Wow. Okay, sounds like you're very busy.
I most certainly am. From mid-morning, I'm either meeting with customers and teammates to preparing for an event that will hold that evening. In summary, I work all day, until I leave the office or leave an event late in the evening.
Do you ever get a break?
I rarely take breaks. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes, and there's selective periods where the business slows down, then I might be able to take a week off and possibly go on vacation.
That seems very stressful.
Well, my grandfather told me that if I find a job that fits to what I'm supposed to do, then it will never feel like work.
Have you ever considered that you work too much?
Well, Josephine, who else is going to do it? I mean, I have the vision.
What do you mean?
I mean, well, where my professional destination is going to be, I believe that this is the path to do it, to get there.
So basically, you're just really pursuing your dreams so you can reach a goal.
That's a condensed way of saying it. Josephine, why do you need to know about my occupation?
Well, it helps me to understand you, but more importantly, it helps you to understand you.
I guess that makes sense. Okay.
But that's all for today.
Okay,
Thank you,
well,
William.
thank you.
Okay. So, Stephanie.
Wait, what? I thought you were
Would
gonna
you
come to...
shut up? No one wants to hear from you.
Stephanie, please be kind. Your words have impact on people. And Oscar, please just wait your turn, okay?
Why don't y'all like me?
Because you talk too much. I really hate doing this. I don't even really care about any of you selfish jerks. And the reason why you want to kill yourselves is because you can't think of anyone else. It's not that we dislike you. I think you really just have bad timing. And I know that you're eager to get into the conversation, but trust me, I'm doing things this way for a reason, okay? Stephanie, are you ready?
Do I have a choice?
Nope. So let's start. Tell me about your upbringing.
That's ambiguous.
Okay, so tell me about the morals and standards that you learned growing up.
My parents are really involved in church, so I went to Sunday school, Wednesday night Bible study, Friday youth camp.
Did you like church that much, or?
I'm indifferent.
And what do you mean by that?
Everything's good and everything's bad.
Okay, that's an interesting response. How so?
I learned some good principles there, but church people are they're just hypocrites.
So what about school? How did people treat you?
Okay.
Remember, I have to give you approval to go back to work.
In elementary school, I was teased.
Teased about?
For wearing glasses, for being smart.
Okay, and how did you handle that?
It annoyed me. I mean, I ignored it at first, but over time, it got to me. So I fought back.
What did you do?
I yelled at them. These imbeciles barely graduated from high school. They still work at the Home Depot down the street. Idiots.
Thank you, Stephanie. Hey, Oscar.
Yep. Let me get a stick.
Here you go.
Ready to go. So what are you gonna ask me? You're gonna delve deeper into my past, or we just gonna go?
So we'll actually be talking about your past next week. I'm just kidding. We're gonna talk about it this week. So, how many children do you have?
You know, actually, Miss Joe, that wasn't very nice, and I don't think you should really be playing those type of jokes, especially here.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to lighten the mood. I apologize. How many children do you have?
3 beautiful daughters, ma'am.
What grades are they in?
Let's see. My oldest is in high school. My baby is going in 3rd grade, and my middle is in 7th.
So that's 14, 8, and 12?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when you think back to your daughter's birth, what do you remember? Can you tell me anything that you remember that you said specifically?
That's a specific question.
I know.
Um, I, I don't know. I kind of drawn a blank. Nothing particular.
Okay. So who takes priority in your house?
My wife.
Do you feel the same way about that?
Um, you're not gonna tell her any of this, are you?
No. No, everything that you say here stays here. This is a
Okay.
safe space.
Well, you see, my wife, she can take care of herself if anything were to happen. I couldn't do anything without my girls, my wife included. But I mean, if something were to happen, my daughters don't drive, they don't have jobs.
Okay, that's an interesting perspective.
Well, Miss Joe, if or when you have kids, you'll understand.
Okay, you have a point. You have a point. I don't know exactly how you feel, but I can see, how you feel. Were your parents very affectionate with you and your siblings growing up?
Well, Miss Joe, my parents died before I turned 15. I didn't really spend a whole lot of time with them. My dad died before I turned 9 of an overdose, and my mom died in a car accident when I was 15.
So who took care of you?
It was just me and my brother, really. We looked after each other, and we found out ways to make money.
So, how was it going to school?
Well, Miss Joe, honestly, I barely passed. Most people learned math and grammar, and I learned how to survive.
And after school, once you graduated,
I didn't go to college.
so what did you do?
I got a job at my favorite clothing store.
And how was that?
It was fine. I moved on to a bigger company with better pay.
Okay, that seems like a pretty repeatable process.
It is, but I carved out a pretty good life for myself.
I see.
Were you gonna ask any more questions, or?
No, actually, let's close out. Thank you, Oscar. So do you all remember the quote to close out? So repeat after me. I have been hurt before.
I have been hurt before.
I will be hurt again.
I will be hurt again.
But I will not give up hope.
But I will not give up hope.
All right, well, thank you all for coming out. I'll see you guys out. So, let's get started.
It would probably be my wife, which is my ex. I understand. But I would just ask her. I felt like so much was right for us. Because I'm first to figure out, what went wrong. Felt like so much was going great for us.
My daughters, just kind of let them know that I love them, they're proud of them. My wife just, she
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. have in this Bible? Can't find any hope in it.
God, I give up everything. For what? I left all of my family and my friends. And I don't have anything to show for it. I hate my life.
These notes are amazing. They're great. Take college. Find out about Burlington.
No. I Googled it, but all I got was the Coat Factory, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, next topic on the docket.
Hey, that rhymes. Topic, docket, put me in the pocket.
Why are you so annoying?
Moving on. So I want to go around the room and I want each of you to share what you think hope means to you. So, Oscar, let's start with you.
You know, I was praying that you'd be nice to me, and there it is. It's wonderful. Well, to me, I think it's what makes people do what they do. You know, like, I hope that my family, the ladies in my life, are taken care of.
Okay.
Okay. You know, it's like hope is like
you, Oscar.
the tracks that life's train is on. You just got to keep on, you know, just keeping on.
Oscar.
Thank you means shut up.
Well, since you want to be so mean, Stephanie, you can go next.
No.
I think yes. Do I need to remind you about the agreement that you signed with your job?
Fine.
And please, more than just one sentence.
Hope is something that we all have at one point or another. We all think these things, we all assume that we can do these great things in life. And then life comes and puts you back in your place. Hope is a fantasy. It's a fantasy that all your dreams will come true and that you'll be happy. It's not reality.
Wow.
Okay, Stephanie. Thank you for sharing.
Are you gonna try and cheer us up or something? Because that was pretty depressing.
Did I criticize your definition of hope?
No, but
I asked everyone what they thought hope meant to you or to them, not what the true definition of hope is. Okay? William, you're next. Can you?
Well, Miss Josephine, I look at hope in this manner. It's the goals I set for myself. Someone is jubilant when their hope comes true.
So let me ask this to everyone. Do you think that you can control whether or not your hopes come true?
No.
yeah,
I don't know.
it's all about positive attitude.
I think both can be true.
Stephanie, you were adamant about that no. Why?
I've done a lot of good things in my life. I've done some wrong things, but I've done a lot of good things. And it seems like people only focus on the bad things that I've done. And every time they focus on that, I'm the one who loses.
So how does that relate?
You can't control how people perceive you. Like, we're all victims to somebody else's perception of us.
And Oscar, what did you mean about attitude?
Good things come to positive people. You know, how many stories have we heard of famous people who had to live in their car until they made it? You know, I'm not saying that they were trying to wish to live in their car, but their positive attitude is what helped them get through
How many
it.
times have you heard stories about people living in their cars and living in homeless shelters next?
And not a yes or a no, William. What's that about?
I can hope that it doesn't rain, and then it rains. So I have no control over the rain. But if I hope for a well-paying job, then all my professional choices and actions will add up to whether or not I'm able to get into a higher salary bracket.
So do you only hope for things that you know will come true?
I would say no.
Why?
Because it makes me happy if I hope for sun today and it's sunny outside.
What do you do when it rains?
Maybe hope for sun tomorrow?
Either way, it doesn't matter. Good attitude and perseverance get you far.
Okay. So the reason why I had you all share about hope is because as suicide survivors, at some point you lost hope in something to some degree. And the most important thing in life is hope. I know I said that this would be Christian counseling, and the Bible speaks about hope. And it says that when hope is a far way off, it makes the heart sick. But when you have it, it's like the tree of life. I define hope as a desire to have something or to be something. And hope gives us a reason to live. And without it, there's like no real motivation to wake up in the morning. Hope comes from knowing Jesus and knowing that he died for our sins and that one day we will live with him in eternity. And whether you believe it or not, you have to believe in something in order to get past this state of depression and anger. I know it seems hard now, but just hope for one good afternoon and then maybe a sunny day after that. The point is, at some point, you have to let hope back in. Since we are talking about hope, let's talk about a time when you lost hope, even if for a brief moment. Oscar, how about you go first?
Okay. Well, there was this one time where I just felt like I didn't have any choices to fix my problem.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
And like ever since I was a kid, I felt like I had some sort of power over my life, but on this day I just didn't feel like that.
So what did you do?
Well, Joe, I sat and I thought, and I, came to the conclusion that, even if somebody's got a gun to your head, you have a choice, right?
Yeah, you got a choice on whether you give them the money first and then they shoot you, or you get shot first.
I'm not sure what you mean, but okay. Stephanie.
I never had hope in people like you.
This has nothing to do with us people. I'm asking you as you in your life. Is that clear enough for you?
I never had hope in people like them, especially when they're in power.
And who are those people?
You are those people, judging anyone not like you.
Me. What have I ever done to judge you? Oh, are you talking about Christians? When have I ever judged you unwarranted?
They think they're so much better than anyone else simply because they read some old book. Just because you can quote something doesn't make you better than me. When's the last time you seen any of them give food to the hungry or help the homeless or help somebody of lower status? You don't. You see them lie, cheat, manipulate, and steal, all for the cause of being better than me.
Stephanie, what does this even have to do
I
with
never judge them for their flaws.
Ain't you judging them right now, though?
But they will sit there and they would pass judgment just for their own gains. For their own gains. They will take something wonderful and of true value and destroy it.
Well, thank you for opening up with us. I know you haven't shared like this with us before, but you still didn't answer my question, and I need that answer.
Why does it matter to you? You're only here for your own good, your own benefit anyway. You have never and will never care about any of us.
Why would I be here doing this if I didn't care about you all? You have to know your value, whether somebody expresses it to you or not. You have to know that you are important.
It's not that I didn't think I had value. I just wasn't sure if she cared about what I was doing. I thought that she loved me.
Oh, bud.
Well, she didn't.
You don't have to remind him of that. And did you ever think that maybe she felt like you gave all of your time to everyone else but her?
You know, I didn't think of it like that.
It could be. And let me stress the could. She could have felt like you didn't love her and she was tired of waiting for you.
But why couldn't she tell me that?
Did you tell her that you were experiencing a high stress level from your job?
No, I didn't.
I'm not trying to guilt trip you and make it seem like this whole thing is all of your fault.
Are you sure?
I just want you to see that your feelings are not inside of a vacuum. You know, we all go through things, and sometimes we make it seem as if we are the only ones in our situation, but that's not true at all.
Whoa. Wait, so are you saying that he was his own demise?
You are actually smart enough to catch that.
What I am saying is that we all play a role in how our lives play out.
So are you saying that Oscar had a choice in the way that his parents treated him, or that I had a choice in the way those hypocrites treated me? That's just like you people to try to put the blame back on other people, back on me, like I can control what other people do.
You know, I kind of see what you're saying, because I really think I could have been better at talking to her.
This is something that I picked up. Life is 10% of what happens to me and 90% of how I respond to it. Think about a time in your life where you reacted to something and it ultimately brought you to this place. Stephanie, why do you like being a teacher?
What?
You are a teacher, right?
Yes.
Do you teach your kids to have an attitude every day?
I teach them how to respond to stupidity.
Hello, Stephanie. Why do you like teaching?
What do I like about being a teacher? Oh, I get to impact minds every day. Well, I do. They're like clay, so I can like shape and reshape their minds, molding them to like be better people. They have this potential in them, and I get to pull it out of them. I get to show them their highest level of potential. I directly impact their future, their lives. It's good. It's what I live for. I'm doing God's work.
Well, I can see that you have great hopes for the children that you teach.
Yeah, I do.
So, did someone take that away from you?
What do you think happened? Those hypocrites think about everything but the children.
Miss Stephanie, you teach at a Christian school. Okay, this is the last question that I'm going to ask you. If you dislike Christians so much, then why would you teach at a school that presumably stands on Christian values?
Because I was a member. Because I used to be a Christian.
Plot twist.
So you were surprised too?
I did say that that was going to be the last question. So thank you, Stephanie, for opening up and sharing. I know that is most of the time the biggest struggle.
So, can we gain our hope back if we've lost it?
That's what you want to talk about? I want to know more about what happened
Well, that is a good question. My answer is that hope is a choice. If you lose your hope, you have to decide to use it again.
No, I'm not confident that I can do that, Josephine.
Well, I think you can. All you are doing is not giving up on your disposition. No matter what happens, right or wrong, you can't let go of your desire to see the end result and believe that it will come. Hope's best friend, metaphorically speaking, is faith. And without faith that something is going to happen, hope will die. I think you can believe in what you want to see, even when the hope of that result is starting to fade.
Joe, with all due respect, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you can't just make something come back if it's gone.
Well, faith and hope are intangible items. They never really come or go unless we lose them in our minds. All we have to do is continue to endure mentally and believe that hope is still with us, and it will be.
So, how can we do that?
Well, to start, you can just say, I have hope. Or, I have hope in this situation.
Verbal confessions. It's a good idea.
Verbal confessions, William, is a good way to stay focused. But the trick of it is that you have to say them and mean it. Or at least try to mean it.
Yeah, I like that. You know, it's like I tell myself in the mirror every day, you know, how great I am and how I take care of my family and great things happen, you know?
This sounds like something I could utilize. Are there any other strategies that I can employ?
Yes, there are. The first one being, as a Christian, believing that Jesus takes care of you. Second, you have to begin to teach yourself to believe in yourself again. Remind yourself what you're good at and allow that confidence to carry over. Last, and the most important thing, is humility.
That doesn't make sense. Why do I have to lower myself to have hope?
She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Huh?
She's just saying that as a way to have control over you. All these Christians are the same. They tell you to be humble and be patient while they take advantage of the people that are listening to them.
I'm not sure this is the same.
Whatever. Listen, she is not telling you to leave your negative situation. She is telling you how to focus on the bad feelings that you have. And that's what they do. They get you to focus on these feelings because they never want you to feel good about yourself.
So is that why you stopped being a Christian?
I stopped being a Christian because there's no such thing as someone like Christ. These people want you to believe their illusions so that you're getting closer and closer to being a ghost that's easy to manipulate. Humility? It's a joke.
Are you done? The reason why I said that we must humble ourselves is because we have to be able to be okay when things don't go the way we envision them. There are going to be times in our lives when what we want is never going to come. And if we can't acknowledge that we don't control the whole world, then we'll never get over our problems. Humility opens the door for acceptance to change in our lives. Pride will keep us blaming everyone else for our own problems. See, pride is a virus. It infects our thoughts, conversations, our choices, ultimately our entire lives. It shows up in so many ways that we need humility to be able to recognize it. You know what? I kept you guys over time. I will see you guys next week.
Okay.
I never met anybody in my life who was so selfish. I mean, she never takes responsibilities for her actions. She's always blaming somebody else for her problems, as if we made you break their rules. No, you did that on your own. How about you just take responsibility for what you did? Have you ever thought about that? Talking about all Christians are hypocrites. Have you ever looked in the mirror? She better be lucky I'm saved, because I was about to pull her card today just for disrespecting me in my house during my counseling session. I mean, wait. I'm not even supposed to be doing any of this. I'm supposed to be preaching. I'm not anybody's counselor. I'm gonna call him now and just let him know that if I don't start preaching, then I'm gonna quit. Hey, yeah, I just had something really quick. No, I mean, everything's fine. It's just really quick. Okay, well, when? Tomorrow. Oh, okay. I'll see you tomorrow.
Tea?
No, thank you.
Are you sure? This is fresh iced tea with fresh squeezed lemon.
I'm sure, thanks.
So, how are things going with you?
They're fine, I guess.
Are you sure you don't want a glass? It's right here, if you want it. Some good tea. You know, when I graduated from seminary, the first job I had was in middle school.
As a counselor?
Nah. I was a custodian. And it seemed like every child was always dropping milk, spaghetti, macaroni and cheese, or something like that in the lunchroom. And during the winter months, at least once a week, I had to clean throw up off the walls. You know, those kids in middle school, they can be extremely cruel. You know, sometimes they would even drop food right in front of me because they knew I had to clean it up.
What do these old senile stories even have to do with me?
I went to the principal and I told him I can't take it no more unless these children are disciplined.
I'm not sure what...
He told me to get a pen and a pad and write down the names of those that were littering. But before I wrote those names down, he said, now write down the name of the person that's responsible for cleaning up after each child. So after I wrote my name down 12 times, I got up and I just walked out of his office. You know, those 12 kids, they made life difficult for me for that whole half of the school year. Fortunately, they realized that I wasn't going anywhere, and in the end, they respected me for my endurance.
Okay, not to stop your story or anything, but I came here to talk to you about this counseling arrangement.
That endurance, it birthed relationships, understanding, and assistance. Josephine, let me ask you a question here. Have you ever known anybody that was successful, not for what they did, but in spite of what they have done?
Okay, I'm confused.
You know, those 12 children, they all became top performers the next performance year. I'm glad you don't want none of this tea. I think I'm going to help myself to another glass soon. Once I earned their respect, they showed me that they were trying to find something in their misbehavior that only could be found in Jesus. And that was peace. Josephine, I'm sorry. Miss Miller has plans that I cannot make her late for. We'll have to talk again later. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Talk to you later. What just happened? I have to counsel these people. Nothing to do with what I want to do. Can't do this.
So I was bumping that tribe on the way over.
You bumped into a tribe? I'm confused.
No, like
Okay.
I was like bumping in the whip, tribe. It's called Quest.
So this isn't a quest with a tribe, right? You're talking about music.
No. Yeah,
Music. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Music, tribal music, African music. Okay. Yeah.
Kinda.
Okay. Yeah.
It's rap.
Rap.
Yeah, hip-
Oh, I'm a big fan of rap. You're
Oh,
listening to rap music. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love rap. In
Oh,
the early
word.
90s, I
Yeah,
bumped
that's
that
a good
stuff out.
time.
I bumped into tribes too.
Oh.
Early 90s.
So thank
Okay.
you all for
Alright.
coming today.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Today we're going to start out by everybody writing down one word that describes the perfect day for yourselves. Stephanie, I mean, why do you want to go back to school so bad? You can teach anywhere. You really don't have to be here.
Miss Josephine, I don't think.
This would be good. Don't you want to know why she came here?
I know you hear me talking to you. Why are you going to be here if you're not even going to participate?
I didn't try to kill myself.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you, why are you here?
I didn't try to kill myself.
Whatever. You know what? You are what's wrong with children today. You claim to teach them all of these deep social concepts, yet you can't even teach them how to manage their emotions. And you know how I know that? I mean, look at you. You can't give somebody something that you don't have. Did I just say that out loud? I didn't even know I was that mad at her. I know she can't help but be negative.
I think I've seen enough, and I've heard enough. I was gonna try to stay to the end of the session, but I do not think I can subjugate myself to continue to stay and.
I think you mean subject.
Oscar, stop. I know what I'm saying. What I was saying is,
Okay.
Mrs. Josephine, I honestly do not think you know what you're doing. I don't understand the purpose of this class, and I cannot sit here any longer or spend another day here. And additionally, I actually got back with my girlfriend because of that. I don't think I need the services anymore, so I'm gone. I think I'm done. I graduated from this class.
Well,
This is
okay.
what's best for me. Bye, everyone. Salutations.
Good luck with your girlfriend. I don't want to get in between this, so I think I'm gonna go too. Good luck with everything. Thanks, Joe.
Why are you even still here? Normally you're the first one out the door, so just go. Fine. I don't care what he says. I quit.
Hey, babies. I'm sorry. I'm getting laid off. Your mother doesn't want me to see you anymore. This is the only way that I know that I can provide for you anymore. At least this way I know that you'll go to college. You can be whatever you want. My two little Wonder Women. Daddy loves you. I hope you never forget it.
We need to talk.
You're right.
I know that.
What
but I...
on God's green earth is wrong with you?
Huh?
You're yelling in your sessions now? I thought you knew why I wanted you to counsel these people.
To help me preach better, but that's not even working now because I don't...
No. Counseling and preaching are two different things. You told me you wanted to be a pastor. Is that still true?
Yes, of course, but I don't even know.
What do pastors do?
They preach, but I don't even know where you're going with this now.
No, they help people. Pastors are spiritual guides for the members of their church. Look, if you want to help people, you must connect with them and their problems. Look, Joe, I know you're very talented, but you got to let people know that you have problems too and how you use God to help handle your problems. Oscar killed himself. Did you know that?
No.
Do you have any idea why?
Not really.
Just guess.
He lost his job.
Not quite. He knew he was going to be laid off. So he killed himself so that he wouldn't lose his insurance policy, of which he knew his ex-wife was still named the beneficiary.
But how do you...
He left a letter. You knew that his wife left him and took the kids. And even at that, you did not talk to him to dig deeper to see what was on his mind.
But I thought...
Josephine, listen, you cannot think about how something is going to benefit you first. God will bless you once he knows that your heart is in the right place. But this job is about the people.
So, I guess I failed. I'm so sorry. I can't believe that Oscar killed himself. I let you down.
William called me and let me know everything. His girlfriend took him back, and he informed me that he has no need to return back to counseling. I'm sure that you noticed that because he left in the middle of your session.
Yeah.
After that, I called Stephanie, and she let me know that she wants to return to counseling next week.
Stephanie?
Yes, Stephanie. So, Joe, really consider this as a second chance. See, we're all broken people, and we're all looking for God to heal us. Remember that. when you see her next week.
Stephanie, it's good to see you.
Don't get up. It's weird.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, sorry, I was in a thought. So, I know that I've asked you this before, but I'm gonna ask you again. Stephanie, why are you here?
I tried to kill myself. I was having a really bad day. So I just tried to run my car off the road. I just couldn't stand seeing my life the way that it was. It's flashing before my eyes.
Oh, well. What was the hardest part about saying that out loud?
Validating it. Realizing that I'm just another crazy person that can't control their emotions.
No, you're not crazy.
Yeah.
No, you just had a bad day. We all have bad days. Weeks, months, years even. We just handle them differently. Some people turn to drugs, other people overeat, some people sleep all day. This is no different than that.
Yeah, but when you kill yourself, you're dead.
Yes, but we all experience negative emotions. Sometimes you just need someone to be there to help you get through when everything falls apart.
Sure.
I'm serious. Well, I considered suicide once. I had a rough couple of years. And I just didn't know what else to do. So, I know how you felt that day. And I know how you feel now because I feel it too. Is there anything that you wish you would have done before you ran your car off the road?
I wish I had someone to talk to.
Hopefully you would consider talking to me. I mean, if you ever found yourself in that situation again.
I'll try to remember to reach out.
Cool. And maybe you could help me. Sometimes I need someone to talk me off the ledge too.